Hi, it's Joseph here from Breakaway Camper Van Hire. We're just going to do a quick walk round of our Roller Team 675. So when you pick the motorhome up, you'll get given the keys for the vehicle. So you have the vehicle keys, which will work the cab side of stuff. So that'll let you in and unlock it, with the ignition and the bonnet release. Now this other key with the black bottom, this one will work your habitation door and all your lockers on the outside. So if you need to be under the bonnet for anything, get the main key, insert it into there, turn to the left and to the right, and it'll lift up. Just in case you need to top your washer bottle or anything up, but we'll do all that before you pick it up, but just in case en route it does get low and you need to top it up. That's where it is. Your towing eye is here. Now the screw-in eyelet to go with it is in the back locker under the bed. So you just simply screw it in there, and there is a tow rope inside for you as well if you do get stuck on a wet pitch or anything and you need to get towed off. There's no towing eyes on the back of these, so you can't get towed backwards, always forwards. And if any damage is caused during towing, it's not covered under your policy, so you'll have to pay for that. All our motorhomes run on diesel, so when you pick them up, they'll be full of diesel. So when you bring it back, make sure it's full of diesel when you return it. In there. And they've also got AdBlue on. We'll make sure that's topped up for you when you pick it up, so it's full of AdBlue. But should you have the vehicle on hire for a few weeks, you might need to top it up. But it will come up on the dash telling you that it needs topped up. So you can get that at all major garages and service stations, etc. On the windscreen visor, there's a little bit of paper here that's got your RAC number on. So if you have any breakdown issues or any punctures, any problems with the tyre, anything like that, you give them a call. Your spare wheel is slung underneath on the back, and your jack and the bracing and everything is underneath the back bed. As I say, you can just give them a call and they'll come out and switch it over for you, save you faffing on like that. Right, now your gas. So when you're travelling with the motorhome, you must have the gas turned off at the bottom. So this little brass dial at the top here must be shut there. So to open it up, all you do is turn it anti-clockwise. Just keep turning it until it stops, and that'll get the gas flowing into the van. Then to knock it off, it's the opposite, so it's clockwise until it stops. If the bottle runs empty, all you do is close that valve again at the top, then with this black valve here, hand tight, undo it exactly the same way and switch it over to your spare bottle, and that'll keep you going. You've got your tool rope here, little tool kit, and this is your toilet cassette blue for when you empty your toilet. All you do is put about 2 of them little indicator fulls in on the side. That's all you need to do, but I'll show you where to put that when we get round to that point. Now, to lock these cabinets, all you do is turn the handle, it'll pull the door in a little bit, get that key again, half a turn towards the back, then just tap it in, and that's it locked. Now your electric hookup point, so if your pitcher's got electric hookup, you'll have a lead in the back underneath the bed in the van, like exactly the same as this. So all you do is lift the catch up and get your lead and just simply slide it on. And the other end to the campsite, and that'll get your 240 running into the van. When you need to remove it, before you're setting off again, there's a little black catch here. You've got to hold that down as you pull it, and it'll release it. Now moving on. When you're opening these doors, there is a little safety catch on here to hold it, so it doesn't swing around in the wind and hit anybody or get damaged. So underneath your bottom bunk, you have all your bits. So you've got your outside camping chairs, your outside table, barbecue, some levelling ramps, electric hookup lead, water hose, and there's your jack and wheelbase over there. You can, if you want, lift this bunk up and leave it up, because it does have some straps on here, so you can hook it up to these catches. It gives you more of a garage area if you want. You've got some shelves there, and there's also a 240 socket here. If you're sitting out and it's a nice day or something, you need to plug something in. And these lock exactly the same as the other one, so you just turn them like that. Half a turn. Then just tap them in. Right, your bike rack. So if you're taking bikes where you've got two little catches here, you just flip them open. And it'll allow the base to drop down. And all you do is put your bikes on here, undo these straps, and put them through the wheels, one either side. Then just select one of these, whichever one reaches which one you want. Undo them, put the strap over your frame, put it back on, and then just tighten it up. And that's your bike onto the rack. It's probably advisable bringing maybe a lock with you, a bit of chain to lock, so you put it around the bar and around your bike so that way nobody can pinch them, because these don't lock, they're just hand tight, so somebody couldn't do them and walk away with your bike if you stop somewhere. You've got the door on this side to let you in the back end exactly the same as the other side. Now your toilet cassette. So when you need to empty your toilet cassette, before you do this, always make sure the blade's shut on the toilet inside. We'll show you that in a second. Right guys, now the blade I was talking about is this little lever here. So what that does is, when you want to use the toilet, you have to slide it along. So slide it along like that and it opens up the toilet. That way you can do your business now. Then after your business, always make sure you shut it. So slide it back along and it shuts it. So it has to be in a closed position to pull the cassette out and slide it out. Take the cap off, tip it up, hold that button in there, that'll let the air in and it'll all just come flowing out. When it's empty, put some fresh water in there and give it a swish around and do the same again. Then that toilet blue out of the gas locker, you pour that little bit of toilet blue straight in there when you're done. Don't pour it down the toilet, make sure you pour it straight in the tank. Then put the cap back on, slide it in, then slide it back into the clicks, and that's it done. Now your fresh water tank, you've got a 100 litre fresh water tank. You can keep an eye on the level and the gauge inside. So when you need to fill it, same key again, take the cap off, pop the hose in. As soon as it's full, it'll start to flow back out of here, that way you know it's full. So all the water that you're going to use inside the van, which is going to end up down a plug hole, will end up in your waste water tank, which is located underneath the van in the middle. So if you come down here, at the end of this pole, that's the outlet there. So all you simply do is pull over the grey water dump station on the site, roughly where that outlet is, and just pull that, and it'll all just flow out. Then just push it back in when you're done. Right, moving into the cab. So you have your heights on your sun visor. So you're looking for bridges and garage forecourts. No drive-throughs or no multi-storey car parks with these. You have your sat nav if you want it. If not, that pulls out and you can put your phone in there. You've got your rear view camera there, which will come on with the ignition, so you can see behind you for helping you reverse and that. Now your handbrake, the way your handbrake works is, I'll just turn it on a second. It's always down. So it's on at the moment, so all I've done is put my foot on the brake and just lift it up like that. Then push the button in, hold it in, and drop it down and it'll go off. Put it back on just like a normal handbrake. It'll just always drop back down, so it's always in the down position. But the light will come on the dash to tell you it's on. So if you do something wrong and it doesn't quite go off, the light will stay on and it will bleep at you to tell you something wrong. In your door, you have arrive on site, how to get set up, and when you're leaving site, just basically run around the motorhome, make sure you've done everything prior to leaving. Right, we'll now go inside and show you around inside. Right guys, now we're inside the motorhome. In the front above the cab, you have a big large double bed. So when you need to access this bed, always make sure you use the ladder. This ladder will lift on and off so you can store it away on the top out of the way. So it just simply hooks on there. Don't climb on these cushions. Always use the ladder. So if you've got young kids sleeping up there and you're worried about them rolling off anything, there is a netting underneath which pulls out and just hooks up to these little catches on the top. So that way you haven't got to worry about them rolling out at night. Now your overhead lockers here, to open these, all you do is pull it down like that and towards you and it'll open up. This one's got a board game set in, some cards and your TV handset. This one's got your placemats in for your dining area when you're having a meal. In your wardrobe, so all you do to open these is just push a button, it'll pop out. You have some windscreen blinds which go on the cab windscreen and side windows on the inside so nobody can see it at night. They simply just sucker on, they just got little suckers on like that. You have some electric extension leads and your electric toasters there. And in the cupboard underneath, this is where all your breakdown stuff is. So your high-vis jackets, your warning triangle, spare bulb kit there, and your fire extinguisher and blanket in there, and little first aid kit. And also that's your box with your 12-volt trip switches in there. So hopefully this is a cupboard that you never need to go into, but that's where all that is. Right guys, so at the back you've got two large double bunks. So same again, if you need to get on the top one, always make sure you use the ladder, which just simply hooks on there. That's in. And this is the same, it does have the netting underneath, so if you're worried about the little ones, you've got the little hooks up the roof here to stop them rolling out. Then you've got your fridge here, with your little freezer compartment, and your little bottle cooler. Right guys, your fridge, freezer, so to open it, you just slide at the side like that, so you open. So you've got your little freezer compartment at the top, and your fridge, and your bottle cooler at the bottom there. Now, the way this works is it can either work off mains electric, like we're on at the moment, or if you're wild camping, you would have it on gas from the gas bottle. And when you're travelling, it'll switch over to vehicle battery. But vehicle battery basically only keeps it as a cool box, not as a proper fridge. So the blue light's up at the minute, see it's powered on. So if you push this little button here, A for automatic's lit up, and it's gone to electric, which is mains electric what we're on at the minute. So if you weren't on mains electric, it should find the little gas symbol, which is there. So if I just hold that, I can move it along and show you. There's the gas symbol. So automatic, mains electric, vehicle battery for when you're travelling around, and gas. So if I put on automatic, you're happy with the temperature, you can move it up or down if you want with this arrow. So see we're happy with that, yes. So it's gone automatic, it's found the electric, and that's the temperature we've got. So what will happen is, if I unplug the electrics now, it'll start flashing and bleeping. But when you start the van, it'll find the power from the van, so it'll switch over to the battery mode. Then when you get to site later on, obviously when you turn the van off, it'll stop getting power, so it'll start flashing and bleeping again. So the best thing to do is always, if you're on hookup on site, mains hookup, is plug your mains hookup lead in first. That way the fridge will find the electric first. Because sometimes if you turn your gas on first, it'll find the gas first and go to gas. But you don't want to be using your gas if you're on mains hookup. So always plug the hookup in first. But if it does it, so basically when you come in, just tap that and make sure it looks like that if you're on mains electric. If you're on gas, you would have the automatic on and the gas flame lit up. If it's on the wrong one for any reason, you can just hold that button in until the symbols start to flash, then move it to your desired one. So say you want electric, so yes, click it, confirm it. Happy with your temperature, you can select it up and down if you want. So we'll go for mid-range, yeah I'm happy with that, hit it, and that's it, set to electric or gas, whatever you want. But 9 times out of 10 the automatic will work no problem. As I say, the only scenario is if you turn the gas on first, sometimes it finds the gas first before it finds the electric, that's all. If you're going to be parked up, say you're taking it home before you head off or something, and you're going to be parked up overnight or something and not have it on, the best thing to do is just power it off. So if you're not using the fridge overnight, just power it off, just push that button until it goes off. That way it's not wet, and then in the morning just simply switch it back on. Yeah. Now in these top cupboards, open these ones, you've got all your cups, plates, etc. Your gas kettle, your electric kettle. Your Wi-Fi is in this one here, so that's where it's located up there. So, shut that up. In this one, you have your pots and pans, etc. And all your crockery, etc. Cutlery and ash, that's it. As long as your gas is on, your hob, griddle and oven will all work. Because all work off the gas. So all you simply do is push that down, turn it, it'll spark and go. And the same with this one. All you do is just select whether you want the oven or the grill and spark it and it'll fire up. In this bottom one, you've got some Cleany products, and this is your 240 volt trips. So just like your house, if something's not working 240, you just come to the fuse box and find out which one it is and flick it back up. These are the little bags that fit the bin on the door. So if you need to change that, that's where the spare bags are for that. Right, how to work your habitation panel. Press the home button and just give it a second until the screen comes on. This bottom one here, this is your switches. So if you click that one, this one is the interior light. So if you click that one, all your interior lights come on. Now you can go around the motorhome and turn them individually on and off as you want. This one is your outdoor light, and this one is your water pump. So you need your water pump on for your shower, your sinks and your toilet flush. I recommend just putting it on when you need it and leaving it off when you're not using it. To return to the home screen, just press that button. Now there's one at the top here, this is your resources. So this one will show you vehicle battery level and your leisure battery level. Your fresh water tank, which is currently 100% full, and your wastewater tank, which is currently empty. Your fresh water tank works as it'll show 100%, 66%, 33%, then 0. I always recommend filling it when it gets to 33% and dumping your wastewater at exactly the same time. When you want to refill it, tap that refill button, then you can go outside, put the hose in, fill it up. Then when you come back in, it'll have on the screen, just confirm that you filled it. And that resets the level gauge. Now your heating, you simply just click room climate, select heating, and this bottom one here, that's your power source. So you can either run it off gas from the gas bottle, or electric if you're an electric hookup, or you can run it on both. So at the moment I've got gas off and we're set to 1800 watts on electric because we're an electric hookup. So if we just go back, so the inside temperature at the minute is 16 and I've got it set to 22. So it's pulsing away there with the orange circles, that means it's working and it's starting to build up a temperature. You have the fan settings here, comfort and fast. Basically how fast you want the hot air circulating around the van, either slow or fast. Your warm water is exactly the same. Turn it on. You can select your power sources, exactly the same. So you have 40 degrees there for dishes, 60 degrees for a shower, or 70 if you want a long shower. And as you can see, it's pulsing away there to see it's building up the temperature. If you get any notifications, any error codes, warning codes, anything like that, you should be to clear them in this notification panel. None at the moment. So if you're on electric hookup, you should always get this little plug symbol comes on in the corner here. If it doesn't, either one has tripped the switches under the oven, or the campsite's not giving any power. So when you're travelling with a vehicle, you obviously have to have all this turned off. Or if you're going out and you want to turn it off, all you simply do is just press turn off and shut down, and that'll turn everything off. Right, how to set an error code or a warning should you get one. So what I've done here is I had the heating on gas and I've turned the gas bottle off just so that it kicks up like that and shows you an error code. So I've been out and put the gas bottle back on, press OK, go notifications and just scroll down the bottom and just say declare issue done, reset the error, OK. Okay. And there you go, it's gone. Now the heating should start to work again now. Let's go back onto heating. There you go, it's working. Right, now your bathroom area. So open the door. So you've got your toilet here, your sink, and your shower. So your toilet works as, what you have to do is, before you do anything in the toilet, you have to open the blade. So you go down this handle here and slide it to the right. That opens the blade inside. So now you can do your business. And providing the water pump's on the panel, you just push that little blue button, it'll flush. And after you've finished, always shut the blade. Just slide it back along to the left, and that's it closed. Down the back here you've got a little green indicator. That gets redder and redder as the cassette gets full, so that way you know when it's full. In this top cupboard here, you have your face cloths and some loo roll for you, and in this cupboard underneath the sink you have your towels. Right, you've got two roof vents in the main area of the motorhome here. So they've all got fly screens on night blinds. So to operate these, all you do is simply push that button in there, and you can just open it like that. Just shut it. Just make sure it clicks in like that. But always make sure that these are shut when you're travelling, as well as the front one over the cab, and all side ones must be shut as well. Right, now all your windows, as you see, have got the fly screens on in the night blinds. So the way these work is, what you have to do is pull them down a little bit and towards you, then they'll release and go up. And when you bring them down, you hook back in. They're on like a little catcher on the sides, you'll be able to see it when you pick them up. So you do it like that and up. The same with this one. And now if you need to open the window, all you do is turn these around like that. And make sure these are loose. And just push it out, it'll open. And just tighten these two on the poles, and they'll hold the window open for you. And to close them, just a reverse. Always make sure when they're travelling that they're closed properly. This is the closed position, so his catch wants to be on the back side of that lock, not in the middle, because that's open. Always like that, and with them being plastic they'll just fly off in the wind. Now this window here has the Truma sensor on, so if you've got your heating set and you open this window, it will knock your heating off because the vent is outside, so it stops the gases blowing back in the van. It's the only window that does it. So it's got a little reminder on there for you. All the other windows are fine, you can open them no problem, just this one. Now your TV, guys, you can swing it out. So all you do is simply swing it out like that, so you can see it better. And there is a little black dial here. If you just turn that round, and it lets you just drop it down. If you want it lowered, so you can see it better from the dining seat. Right, how to work your TV. You must have the switches on, so the interior light must be switched on your control panel, because that sends power to the TV. Should you need to tune it, all you simply do is menu button, bring the menu up, scroll down to channel setup, OK, auto scan, OK, then OK, and it'll start to scan for the channels. While it's doing that, it's always best to check when you're travelling, because sometimes they come loose. Make sure the power lead's in and the aerial's in, because sometimes they do come loose when the vehicle's moving. As you can see, it's found the channels there now and it's tuned itself in. If you want to use the smart side of things on the TV, just press the smart button on the top right hand side of the handset, and that brings up the things there. So you've got your Netflix, YouTube, Disney, etc. and that. So if you've got to cancel them, you can log into them. If for any reason it loses the Wi-Fi, just scroll down to system settings there, network settings, and you were looking for that bottom one there, YE1. If it's not shown on there, the Wi-Fi might have just gone to sleep, or one of the wires might have come out of the bottom. So if you go in the cupboard above the kitchen, there's your Wi-Fi there. Just try pressing this button here and see if that screen comes on like that. If it comes up with like a big battery symbol, just hold the power button for a couple of seconds and it should start up and that screen should come on. And make sure them 3 wires are all in the bottom like that, none of them have fell out while the motorhome's been travelling. Right guys, now your light switches. So as long as they're on at the panel, you've got 2 here to control your main ones. On the bottom of these units, these ones are just controlled by the hand like that, you just wave it across it. You've got one on this back wall here, which controls your downlighters on the ground. Some of these roof ones are just little tappy ones. The same in your bathroom. This one controls your main one, and in the shower, that one just taps on like that. Now your hab door, to lock your hab door, you simply just lift it up like that and that'll lock it from the inside. You've also got a fly screen, so if you're sitting with a door open in the summer, you can have that across, stop the flies coming in. Your bin there, as I say, the bags are in that little cupboard underneath the grill. So you need to change the bags in there, and you have got a window blind in there. Now on the back of this door, you've got some QR codes. So you've got one where if you scan them with your phone, and the camera on your phone, take your little YouTube videos. So one, how the panel works. One, how your fridge works. One, how to set your telly up. And one, how to empty the cassette toilet. And there's also a walk around of the van on there as well. If you don't need that and you want something else, you've got the manual for the van here. So that's got loads of diagrams and pictures of how things work all around the van, and your telly instructions that in the back there as well, if you prefer it that way. And your camping and caravan club guide is there for you. So if you need any sites or anything, there's a list of them in there for you. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a great time away in our motorhome. Right, so when you arrive on site with your motorhome, the first thing you want to do is, when you get on your pitch or wherever you're parking up, is step back from the motorhome, see if it looks level enough. If it isn't, you've got your level ramps under the bunk in the back. Get them out and put them under whatever wheels you need to try and get the motorhome as level as you can. If you're on electric hookup, hook your electric hookup lead up, turn your gas on in the gas cupboard. Then if you come inside, turn the power on for your habitation panel, then go to switches and turn your interior lights on. And you can also set your heating and your hot water while you're there if you want them on. Then go to your fridge and just push the outline button and make sure it's on the correct power source you want, either electric or gas, whichever you're going to be using. And that's you basically set up, ready to go. Right, some little tips when you're driving the motorhome. Obviously if you come out of a car, this is a lot bigger than driving a car. So always take note of your wing mirrors, because they're extra wide wing mirrors. So we get a lot of damage off wing mirrors every year, and that will come out of your security deposit if you damage them. Also, remember your heights. See for bridges and garage forecourts, stuff like that. And also when you're driving along normal roads, in a car you would normally not take any notice, like, but you're looking for hanging over branches, bushes, things like that. That'll catch the motorhome and scratch it or damage it. And when you're taking your corners, remember you've got a lot of overhang over the back wheels. So when you're taking corners, that back end swings out a lot, like that. So remember to make note of that as well.